Hello, welcome, and thank you so much for joining me for this postnatal yoga class, which involves your baby. My name is Kirsten Labsta, and I have the honor of being a birth doula, a certified prenatal and postnatal yoga instructor, and also a mama. I'm mama to Luna, who's 2 years old, and Paloma, who will turn 1 next week. This class is indicated for any woman at any stage in her postpartum journey. I was reflecting on how at 6 weeks, we're cleared by our care provider in most cases to resume exercise. But it's important to keep in mind that at 6 weeks, you're so fresh. Your organs have only just returned to their places, and the placental site has just begun to reach the time of being healed. So I think that 8 weeks is really the right time to resume a physical practice. And please keep in mind, especially if you're newly postpartum, to go gentle. I was thinking about my own postpartum journey. I really had 2 babies back to back, and each time I felt very strong in some ways, really proud of myself and strong to have birthed my babies and carried my babies. But in other ways, I felt very tender and very new. So just a reminder to take it easy, to follow along at your own pace, and please to just truly feel so proud of yourself for having carried this baby and brought this baby into the world is a tremendous feat, and being very grateful to your body for all that it's done. So Paloma here has just begun walking, and you'll see her walking around the frame. And I wanted to remind you that this practice is not a perfect practice. New babies need you to stop pretty frequently and give them your attention, maybe nurse them. So feel free to start and stop the video as you need. And older babies might not really wish to participate or might want to crawl around the mat or the room, and that's totally fine too. You're going to get your practice in either way. So we're going to go ahead and get started. As you're ready, coming to a comfortable seat. And you can take your hands to your baby in any way. They can be onto your baby on your lap, or maybe you're lying baby down in front of you. Or baby might wish to use your body like a jungle gym like mine. So as you're ready, get a comfortable seat in Sukhasana. Let your hands rest to your thighs or rest to your baby. And begin to close your eyes. So begin our practice with a form of breath called Viloma Pranayama. It's meant to increase our oxygen supply and increase our energy. And boy, do we know that new moms need lots of energy throughout the day. So feeling your outer edges of your feet and your sitting bones pressing down to the floor. Lift your spine up nice and tall. And energetically draw your shoulder blades toward one another onto the back, letting your elbows hang heavy, hang soft, and your torso reaching tall. We'll take a nice full breath in through the nostrils and a big full breath out. And then again, nice full breath in and big smooth full breath out. Taking a couple rounds of breath through the nostrils, using the muscles in the base of the throat so that you hear the sound of your breath resonating in your ears and that your baby can hear the sound of your breath as well. Taking a nice full breath in and full breath out. And with the next inhalation, imagine the breath rising from the pubic bone to navel center, holding the breath softly. And then rising from navel center into side ribs, holding softly. And from side ribs into the tippy top of the collarbones, holding softly. And with an exhale, release all the air, imagining it flowing down and out through the pelvic floor. As you inhale, we draw the breath in 1/3 of the way, pubic bone to navel center, holding. Another sip from navel center into side ribs, holding. And another sip from side ribs into the tippy top of the collarbones, holding gently, full capacity. And with an exhale, release the breath all the way down and out. Inhaling, imagining the breath fills up pubic bone to navel center, holding. Navel center into side ribs, holding. Side ribs to collarbones, holding at the top. And with a smooth exhale, releasing the air out. Taking a few more rounds of breath at your own pace. Trying not to grip during the holding, but to allow the breath to be very soft, very gentle. And if at any point you feel that you're becoming a bit flustered or short on breath, simply release and try again. 3-part inhalation and long, smooth exhalation. And we'll take one more round wherever you are. And then start to come back to that same smooth flowing breath in and out of the nostrils. And letting your hands caress your baby wherever they may be. And sending baby a little message from your heart. Also sending them grounded, calm energy. And together we'll open our class with the sound of Om, taking a full breath in. Nice smooth breath in. And as you exhale, gently blink your eyes open. And we'll take our legs out nice and wide into Uttanavishta Konasana, wide-legged straddle. So baby can be lying in front of you, sitting in front of you, or if they're an older baby and wish to be on your mat, they can even be propped up over your thigh, belly to your thigh, like a tummy time. And with your fingertips alongside your hips, as you inhale, stretch your arms out and up. And as you exhale, take the fingertips alongside your body. Inhaling, the arms stretch out and up. Exhaling, fingertips alongside your body. So you might just have one arm free. You can alternate your arms as you take them to baby. And the next time that your arms come overhead, inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, take a little twist over to your right, turning your chest towards your extended right foot. Keep grounding down through the thighs. Flexing through the feet. And as you inhale, arms sweep out and up. And as you exhale, turn your chest towards your extended left foot. Gentle twist, second side. So we'll flow that a few times. Inhaling, arms stretch out and up. Exhaling, twisting toward the right foot. Inhaling, arms stretch up. Exhaling, twisting toward the left foot. Once more each side. Inhaling. Oh. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling back through center and exhaling toward the left. And then as you inhale, arms rise overhead, widen through the fingers, lift the chest, lift the gaze, holding for 3 steady breaths. This is the opposite of what we do all day long as new moms, carrying, nursing, holding, all rounds the chest and the back, making the shoulders and upper back so very cramped and tired. Take one more big breath here, reaching out through your fingertips. And as you exhale, release your hands, catching hold beneath the knees. And making our way onto hands and knees with our hands beneath our shoulders and our knees directly beneath our hips. So you might wish to position your baby lying onto a blanket or onto your mat beneath you. And especially new babies love to look up at mama as she moves above them. And spreading wide through your fingers, as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart. And as you exhale, press into your hands, tuck your chin to your chest and round your upper back. Inhaling, the belly drops, the heart lifts. And as you exhale, the spine rounds. So you could make eye contact with baby. They might be wishing to play with your hair, or even new babies might be beginning to swipe or bat, those first little movements of the arms. And rounding through the spine. A few more times with your breath here. Hello. And as you inhale, come back through center. Extend your left foot straight back and flex through that left foot. Energetically, hug your low belly muscles up and in. Imagine you could draw your navel right back towards your spine. And as you inhale, stretch your right arm alongside your ear. So we're reaching out in opposite arm and opposite leg. And then as you exhale, take the right hand down, take the left knee down. Inhale, extend back through the right foot. Lengthen the tailbone, press into your palms. Arms are strong pillars. And as you inhale, stretch the left arm alongside the ear. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Low belly drawing up and in. Stabilizing and supporting the low back. And as you exhale, take the left hand down, take the right knee down. Open your knees nice and wide. Join your big toes to touch and sink your seat back towards your heels. Walking your fingertips forward as you lower into child's pose. Resting your head to your baby. Taking some nice big breaths down into the low back and the outer hips. And as you inhale, walk your hands back in towards your body. We're going to come to sit onto our bum. And it's great here to have your baby for some extra support. So we're going to take our soles of our feet to the floor. And baby can come to sit up onto our thighs or right up onto our shins. Uh-oh, that's my microphone. Hold on. Thank you. Thank you for that. And then, with baby seated up onto your knees or onto your shins, pull your low belly up and in. Make your back nice and straight. And as you inhale, lift one shin and then the next for Navasana, boat pose. Keep pulling the low belly up and in. The spine stays long. And maybe baby can even slide down your legs for some fun. Hi. Keep reaching the shins parallel with the floor for 3. Low belly pulls up and in for 2. And for 1, as you exhale, the feet come back to the floor. So a little ride for baby if baby's able to sit with support. Hi there. And then as baby comes to sit on your knees, we're going to play a little game. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, bouncing the feet, and then boom, we make the legs nice and straight. And then bending the knees, soles of the feet to the floor. Again, we do 1, 2, 3, bouncing the feet, boom, and we drop. We'll do that a few times. A little ride for baby. Ready? 1, 2, 3, boom. Is that fun? And one more time. 1, 2, 3, boom. And last time here. 1, 2, 3, boom. And then give your little baby a squeeze. We're going to take the soles of our feet to touch. And I like to lay baby down so that the back of her head is to the insteps of my feet. We're going to welcome them here to the practice, joining our hands to prayer, rubbing our palms together, and then raking them from baby's head to the little tips of their toes. We say, hello, hello, and rubbing the palms together. And we could add in the sound of Om. And rubbing the palms together once more. Om. Oh. And then as you inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, begin to forward fold. So you might be able to give baby little kisses here. Or just taking some time to engage. And then as you inhale, slowly roll your spine back up. Let the soles of your feet come to the floor. And swing your legs back around so we find ourselves in tabletop position. From tabletop position, spread your fingers nice and wide, tuck your toes and reach your hips up and back for downward facing dog. If your low back is feeling sensitive, keep a soft bend through your knees. As you really reach the outer crease of the hips up and back. And for those of you who it feels appropriate, begin to move your thighs back evenly and root your heels down toward the mat. Really pressing from the back of your heart, strong and clear through your arms. And then as you inhale, raise your right leg to hip height. And bending your knee in toward your abdomen, shift your hips, your shoulders rather, above your wrists. And as you exhale, take the hips up and back, extending the leg long behind you. Let's do that twice more. Inhaling, the knee comes in toward the abdomen, shoulders shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, shoot that right leg up and back. Inhaling, knee comes into the abdomen, really hug it in as your shoulders shift forward to plank. And as you exhale, take that leg up and back and settle the sole of the right foot back to the floor. All right, inhaling, the left leg lifts. As you exhale, the thigh hugs in toward the belly, shoulders shift forward above the wrist just for a moment, and then exhale, lengthen that left leg back behind you. Inhaling, knee hugs in, shoulders shift over the wrists. Exhaling, extend the leg back. Inhaling, knee hugs in, shoulders shift forward. And exhaling, extend that left leg back. Take another full breath in. And exhale, settle your left foot down. Good work. Inhaling, gaze between your hands up to your baby. And as you exhale, slowly step your feet forward to the top of your mat. With your feet nice and wide, maybe your baby is between them still, bend into the knees and just drape the chest forward over the legs. Let the crown of the head relax and let go. You can catch hold of opposite elbows here and just let your torso sway. Really giving yourself some nice big breaths here, creating lots of length through the spine. And then as you inhale, begin to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, letting one bone come up on top of the next, rising all the way up to standing. Rising all the way to stand. Finding yourself in mountain pose, Tadasana. Whoa! The soles of your feet press down to the floor. And as your feet press into the floor, feel your tailbone lengthen and your low belly pull up and in. So in pregnancy, the belly really grows forward and outward, and the low back starts to sway, and that's good. We want that during pregnancy. It creates a nice positioning for baby in the pelvis. But after pregnancy, we want to do the opposite. So really take your hands to your ribs here. And as you lengthen your tailbone, imagine your front ribs could draw closer toward one another. Your fingertips could draw closer toward one another, as though you were putting on a corset. So this is the sort of muscular engagement that we want to encourage. And then go ahead and do the opposite. Think pregnant belly, pregnant body. The belly comes forward, the chest comes open. And then we're gonna do the opposite. The tailbone lengthens, the front ribs stitch in toward one another. So feeling that, maintaining that, as you press down through your feet, lengthen your arms alongside your body, turn your palms to face forward. And as you inhale, root through the feet, stretch the arms up, look up. And as you exhale, open your hands out wide and forward fold over baby, letting the crown of the head reach long toward the floor. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine forward, thighs move back. And as you exhale, bow and fold. Inhaling, root through the feet, arms sweep up, look up. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Twice more like that. Inhaling, arms stretch up. Exhaling, forward fold. Pit of the belly lifts up and in. As you inhale, thighs reach back, heart reaches forward. And as you exhale, bow in. Inhaling, root through the feet, arms stretch up, look up. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Last round here. Inhaling, sweep up. And with an exhale, belly hugs toward the spine, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhaling, bow. Inhaling, root through the feet, arms stretch up, look up. Exhaling, take the hands to the heart. As you inhale, moving on, arms stretch up, look up. Exhaling, fingertips come to your blocks or to the floor. Inhaling, lengthen the spine forward. And exhaling, step your right foot back. So we come to runner's lunge. Baby might be to the inside of your front foot. Whoop. And as you press through the feet, legs hug in toward one another. Good. Take a few breaths here. Really feel your feet pressing down. This is strengthening the pelvic floor by really rooting the feet into the earth, feeling all the muscles of the legs turn on and engage. And as you exhale, spin your left heel down to the mat. With an inhale, cartwheel your hands open, warrior two. The right knee's tracking over the ankle. guiding toward the pinky toe side of the foot, and that back leg is pressing out really strong, really clear. Soften your shoulders. Set your gaze off your right fingertips and firm all the muscles of the arms to the bones. And then flipping your palms up toward the ceiling as you inhale, straighten through the right leg, reach up tall. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling to straighten. And exhale, warrior two. As you inhale, straighten through that right leg. Shift your hips back. Reach for the front of the room until you can't get any longer. And then take that right hand down to your shin or to a block on the outside of the foot. And the left arm is going to extend open toward the ceiling. Let your gaze come to your baby. Hello. And with those left fingertips, we're going to find a big circle. So sweeping back, down, forward, and up. And then that little baby can receive a tickle as the hand comes by, or a little caress as the hand comes by. Opening up. We'll take two more here. And the next time that left arm reaches open toward the sky, press through the feet, slowly rise up through standing. And as you exhale, bend into your right knee. Let the right forearm come to the top of the thigh, palm faces up. And the left arm extends alongside the ear, so that whole left arm and palm pivot to face the floor. And then really press down into your right forearm to rebound the chest open. You can set your gaze to baby. You could even maybe reach down and touch your baby. Taking one more breath. And as you inhale, root through your feet, rise back up through warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your foot and step that right foot back to plank. Holding here in plank pose, just a breath. The heels press back, crown of the head reaches forward. And as you exhale, release the knees down. Inhaling, drop the belly, lift the heart. And as you exhale, round the spine, take the chin to chest. Inhaling, belly drops, heart lifts. And exhaling, spine rounds. Inhaling, belly drops, heart lifts. And exhaling, tuck your toes. Stretch your hips up and back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, gaze forward to the head of your mat. And exhale, step your feet long, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your palms to your shins. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, root through the feet, stretch the arms out and up. Exhale, take your hands to your heart. Inhaling, root through the feet, arms reach up. Exhaling, spreading the arms wide, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthen the heart forward, the thighs back. Exhaling, step the right foot back for runner's lunge. Again, press through your feet, hug your legs toward one another, and reach your chest and your gaze forward, feeling the strength in your legs, feeling the strength as you press them down into the earth. And as you exhale, spin your right heel down. And inhale, cartwheel the arms open for warrior two, second side. Baby can be to the instep of your foot, or maybe using your body as a jungle gym. Soften your shoulders, firm the muscles of your arms, and set your gaze off your left fingertips. Flipping your palms as you inhale, reach up tall, rise tall. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling, reaching up tall. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling, rising tall, and exhaling, warrior two. As you inhale, straighten through your left leg, shifting your hips back, reach for the front of the mat, and then we'll take the left hand down and the right arm open, triangle pose, second side. With that right hand, begin to sweep down, forward, and up, creating nice big circles, moving the circulation through your tired chest and back and arms and shoulders. Through the movement, increasing blood flow through the lymphatic system, and energetic energy there. Moving it so that we can move through any feelings of stagnation or exhaustion of the upper back. And the next time that right arm reaches toward the ceiling, pause. And pressing through the feet, slowly rise up through standing. Inhale. And exhale, bend into that left knee. Bending the left elbow, take the left forearm to the thigh, and the right arm reaches alongside the ear for extended side angle pose. Keep rooting through the outer edge of the right foot and really pressing the feet into the earth so that we strengthen the pelvic floor, the very bottom of our core by really strengthening the muscles of the legs. Pulling the low belly up and in, even here for 3, for 2. Maybe reaching that left hand down to baby for 1. And as you exhale, hands come down, frame the foot. Step it back, plank pose. Inhaling in plank pose. And as you exhale, draw the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good work. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. As you exhale, release your knees down and come back to sit onto your heels. It's really nice here to have a block or a blanket for this next pose called Gomukhasana. So from hands and knees, we'll cross the right knee in front of the left. And it's really nice to have a block here or a blanket. As you bring your sitting bones back, they can be supported right up onto that block or blanket. Feel your sitting bones rooting down and the crown of your head rising tall. And as you inhale, stretch the arms out and up. You may only have one free arm available, that's fine. And as you exhale, bend into that elbow, whichever elbow you wish, whichever free arm you might have if you're holding your baby here. If you have a second free hand, just take that hand to the tip of the elbow, thinking about working your shoulder blades down your back, gently pressing the back of the head into the upper arm. A few big breaths into the chest, into the outer ribs. Hello, sweetheart. It's a great nursing pose if baby needs a break. And then as you inhale, extend both arms or one arm, lift your chest. And as you exhale, unwind. We're just going to come into our second side by coming forward onto our hands and knees, scooching that left knee in front of the right, widening our feet out to the sides as we work our hips back. So I find this pose much more comfortable with a block or a blanket, but of course you can remove that to work your sitting bones down to the floor. For me, that's a little bit stressful on my knees, so I like to take it with a block. As you inhale, stretch one arm or both arms up. And as you exhale, bend into that elbow, lifting the chest, pressing the back of the head to the forearm, taking in some nice, big, smooth breaths. Full breath in, full breath out. It's especially sweet to be really generous through the breath as you're lifting through the side ribs, as you're lifting through the arms, because we're stretching into all the auxiliary muscles to breathing, all the muscles that surround our lungs, our rib cage. My baby. Taking 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, unwind. As you inhale, plant your hands, unravel the legs, and keeping the right knee to the floor beneath the right hip, we'll rise up to stand, extending our left foot out to the side. Parigasana gate pose. With our left hand to our thigh, right arm reaches up and over. We'll find a big side bend opening through the whole right side of the hip, the waist, and the ribs. What do you have there? That's your baby. And as you inhale, come up through center. Take the left knee down to the floor. Left knee beneath the left hip. Extend your right leg out to the side. So the sole of that right foot is planted to the floor. As you inhale, left arm sweeps up. And as you exhale, take it over to the side. Planting your right palm to the shin, to the thigh, wherever it lands. And using it as a point to root into so that you're rebounding the chest open. One more big, smooth breath. And as you inhale, come all the way up through center. Release your right knee down to the mat. You're doing down dog. And come back to sit onto your block. Down dog. You're mimicking me. Good job. So we're going to find Cobra pose, lying on our belly. And I think this pose is really sweet to take where you can be sort of face to face with your baby. So aligning yourself however that may be, coming down onto your belly. Hey. With your baby placed right in front of you. Can you do this? Let's see. Come. And with your hands alongside your ribs, hello. As you inhale, draw your chest up and back. Begin to press into your hands. The tops of the feet press to the floor. Tailbone lengthens. Maybe you can make eye contact with the baby as they're doing their own little tummy time or their own little yoga here. Paloma. And then we're going to lower ourselves down. We'll take that twice more. As you inhale, peel the chest up off the floor. Tops of the feet press down. Tailbone lengthens. Collarbones are broad. And as you exhale, lower down. And as you inhale, press into the palms. Lift the chest up and back. Hey. Massaging the reproductive organs here. And as you exhale, lower yourselves down. Good job. Turning your left ear to the mat, lengthening your arms alongside your body, and just taking rest for a moment. Full breath in and full breath out. And then turn the right ear to the mat. Take another full breath in and big full breath out. And then as you inhale, press your hands beneath your shoulders. Come back through your knees, draw your hips to your heels. And rolling your spine up, we'll find a seated position onto our mat. Soles of the feet will come to the floor. If your baby is ready and willing, you could bring them along for the ride. Hello, my little down dogger. Hello. And we'll find Setu Bandhasana, or bridge pose. So as you come down to sit, baby can sit right up onto your low belly. Or if baby's smaller, they could lay right onto your chest. And as you inhale, root through the feet, begin to lift the low back, the mid back, and the upper back as you lift the hips. And as you exhale, start to lower them down like a wave. Upper back, mid back, low back to the floor. Arms rooting down as you inhale, lift, low back, mid back, upper back. And as you exhale, lower down, upper back, mid back, low back. So obviously keeping hands to baby for safety. As you inhale, begin to lift. And then pausing and holding at the top, press through both feet evenly. Root down into your upper arms for 3, for 2, and for 1. As you exhale, lower your upper back, mid back, and low back to the floor. Placing baby alongside you. As you inhale, open your arms out wide like wings and lift the knees so that they're parallel to the floor. The shins are parallel to the floor. Take a deep full breath in here. And as you exhale, twist your knees over to the left, but don't completely allow them to touch the floor. They're hovering just a few inches off the floor. Pull your navel back towards your spine. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, from your navel center, draw the knees back through the center of your body. Take a full breath in here. And as you exhale, release the knees over to the right, inviting them to hover a few inches off the mat for 3. For 2, left shoulder stays heavy for 1, and then navel pulls back toward the spine. Draw your knees back through center. Full breath in here. And as you exhale, knees release over to your left. With an inhale, take them back through center. And as you exhale, draw them over to the right. So just like this, a few times, moving with your breath, inhaling up through center, exhaling to lower, inhaling up through center, and exhaling to lower. So really taking it slow, drawing the navel back toward the spine to originate this twist from the core with the stability and with mindfulness. And then the next time that you pass through center, pause. Keeping the upper arms to the floor, the shoulders heavy. Pointing at your toes, we're simply going to tap the right toes to the floor and exhale, draw them back through center. Inhale, tap the left toes to the floor. Exhale, draw the knee back to center. Inhale, right toes tap. Exhale, draw it back through center. Navel continues to reach toward the spine as you tap left toes and draw them through the center. Low back grounding down to the mat, alternating the taps. 3 more each side. Upper back stays grounded to the mat. Low back stays lengthening to the mat. And if you want a little more of a challenge, we're just reaching those toe taps out a little bit further. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Good job. Hug your knees in toward your body, giving yourself a squeeze. Hello. Oh, don't need a pen. How'd you find that? I'm so sorry. And then as you inhale, extend both legs straight up toward the ceiling. Cross your right thigh over your left, bending at your knees. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, twist your knees over to the left. And this time, allow them to come all the way down. You can set your gaze off your right fingertips. Or if that feels like too much for your neck, it can just come over to your left shoulder. And then as you inhale, take the knees back up through center. Unravel the legs and cross the left thigh on top of the right. Bending at the knees, inhale. And exhale, both knees come over to the right. Setting your gaze off your left fingertips. Or taking them off the right. And as you inhale, knees come back through center. Give both knees one last squeeze here. And then coming down to lie on your left side, or really to be with your baby in any way that makes you comfortable, that makes you both comfortable. So that might be seated, that might be nursing, it might be lying together. On the left side is really nice. Hi, baby. Maybe it's even walking around the room. But wherever you are, we're going to take these next few moments to simply be in silence with your baby. So, as you find that position, let your hands come to your baby in any way. Taking a nice full breath in, and a big smooth full breath out. Drawing your awareness to all of your senses. The sense of touch as you feel your baby's skin, the weight of your baby in your arms or beneath your hands. As you breathe them in, their sweet baby smell. The sight of this little miracle have made their way into your life. Breathe into the space of your own heart. Sending yourself gratitude, love, and support, which you so need during this chapter of your life. And thanking yourself for taking time out to care for you and to care for your baby. Letting yourself just breathe here. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. Resting you and your baby for these next few moments. you slowly begin to deepen your breath. And begin to move your fingers and your toes, stretching your body. And however you can, start to work your way to a comfortable seat. With your hands to your baby in any way. Give them a little love, a little squeeze, and thank them for joining you through this class. Thanking yourself as well for taking care of you. Incredibly, incredibly important as you move along this journey of postpartum. Wishing you and your babies a great rest of your day. We'll close our class by sealing with the sound of Om, taking a full breath in. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.